Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Mr. MicroMike, and today we're going to do some Detroit Lions talk. We're just going to have some fun with some Q&A today and go for you guys to run the show. And that's what it's all about today. We're just going to have some fun, talk some Lions, do some Q&A, get into it, and have a good time. So how is everybody doing today? We got, let's see, Jennifer in the building, as well as always K-Rabbit, Andrew Lunsford, Jay Singh. He says, update, we still suck. And Vash Starwin, the man of the hour, the myth, the legend himself. And as people roll in, we will continue to do our thing. And AJG says, what's up, Dr. Nuke? What's going on? He says, hey, Mike, where to Dern? The Dern is not in here, darn it. He is not here today. It's just going to be me. We're going to do some Q&A, talk some Detroit Lions. We're going to talk about the injury report. We're going to talk about the Lions versus the Washington football team matchup. Have a quality time doing so. Ote, welcome. You know One Pride Nations channel? Yes, I do. AJG. I know One Pride Nations channel for sure. So if you got questions, myself, has answers. So just go ahead and throw that in there. Let's see. I saw the Lions win in 1957. Wow, I am old Mike Taft. You deserve a winner. No doubt about it. You've been a Lions fan forever. How about them Saints? They are killing it, man. Oh, my God. The Fords don't even care about their coaching. That is facts, Zippy. It definitely feels like that. Folks, help me get my like button up there. I'd like to get a bunch of likes today, so if you haven't hit that like button, please do so. I see we got 6 right now with 23 in the building. Let's get those likes up to 23. R70 says, is Matt fired yet? Patricia? No, hopefully on Monday. Saints vs. Seahawks NFC Championship. I hope so. That's facts. Let's talk about the injury report, folks. Let's get straight into some news. The Detroit Lions, of course, Kenny Golladay is not practicing today. He did not do so, and that is bad news for the Detroit Lions offense. You want to see this team get healthy, and it starts with him. So make sure that this team needs to do something offensively without Kenny Golladay. Every time he's not played, we have not won. Calvin Johnson still smoke. Should make the playoff push. If we beat Washington, that would be a game out. Darren, if we do not defeat the Washington football team, we're in a world of hurt. Tori Petrie for interim coach. That's right. She actually used to play football. I am on break 15 minutes, and I work till 9 p.m. I'll be in the chat the whole time. Hey, Vash, I appreciate you. I feel like the Lions YouTubers know each other like Gridiron, One Pride Nation, Dion, Everything King, and etc. That's right, because there's not a big host of us. What's going on, Robert Jones? Hashtag Lions. How is Stafford? Stafford, from what I'm hearing, it was a full practice. He's good to go. Shouldn't be an issue. It actually wasn't a concussion. Per report, it was his neck, so not head. So, yeah, so he's good to go. What's going on, Dr. Detroit? I see that you got a new account. So let me make sure that you are a moderator there for you. So, yeah. He's good to go. Everything is cleared when it comes to Matthew Stafford. He should be playing on Sunday, and that is the bottom line. Can't pay Golladay if he doesn't play. Yeah, you definitely, look, if he's not playing, how are you going to pay him? But we need to pay him in the offseason. It's going to be a pretty penny, but I think it's really important for the Detroit Lions to make sure that we have some sort of offensive weapons going into next season. You guys ready for the playoffs? That would require us to make the playoffs. Representing the Lions Den here from SoCal. Let's go. Andrea Campanelli. Awesome. I appreciate you all the way from Cali. That is awesome. Which quarterback do you feel we should get? Well, you got the Trey Lances. You got Zach Wilson. I got my mock draft coming out tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. Make sure you're there, and you'll see which one specifically that I targeted. But I think definitely we got to go for the quarterback position. No doubt about it. I think that's really integral to the future of this team. If we're a top 10 pick and there's a quarterback there, go ahead and make the move. I feel like Golladay is faking his injury. I don't know, man. I think that he really is injured. It's hard for me for competitors to assume that they're injured there, and he's a competitor, so that's just the bottom line. Let's see here. Connor, no problem, man. I know everyone hates Patricia, and a lot of time it's him. But last Sunday, the players made a crucial mistake. Patricia can't control Stafford throwing two picks. Hey, that's facts. You can't throw interceptions. If you want to make plays, you can't throw picks. If you want to win football games, throwing interceptions in the red zone twice is a bad way to do it. So that is facts. Let's see. What head coach will be the best fit? It's depending on the direction the franchise wants to go. What I'm kind of thinking is offensively, go ahead and get Eric Bieniemy. And there's a lot of quarterbacks coming out of this draft that is dual threat, the ability to scramble as well as throw the football. Eric Bieniemy has been dealing with Patrick Mahomes. To me, that seems like a good target. That is true, AGB. If I miss your comment, do not hate on me. Just re-put it in there. It's because I simply missed it. What's going on? Drinking some of that Kool-Aid. Tell me something good, JoJo Burns. Well, let me tell you something good. There is still games left in the season to watch football. That is good. Should we trade Golladay in picks for Fields? We can't trade Golladay, Jay Singh. It's not going to happen now. The trade deadline is passed. Unless they franchised him, that would be the only way. So it's either he's going to walk or we sign him to an extension. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. We would won if Stafford threw 2 touchdowns and Prater nailed the field goal. That is true. Probably would have got the victory, but we didn't, and that's just kind of what we're seeing. And it goes around the whole team here. We need linebackers more than anything. I agree with you, Todd Super Ginger. And here soon, probably in the next couple weeks, I'll be doing a Detroit Lions full mock draft. And I'll get into the specific needs this team really needs. Linebacker is a massive one, Todd. No doubt about it. And is Rod Wood in jeopardy? Julius Caesar, probably not. And I think that he doesn't do a whole lot of player acquisition. I think his big issue is he helped hire the general manager, Bob Quinn. So I think that it's really the general manager and head coach that make the roster decisions. And I think he just deals with financial issues. He's been with this team forever. I don't think he's in jeopardy for that facet. May he take a lesser role? Probably. But for him to lose his job, I don't think so. Let's see. I know it is time to move on from older players and full front office purge. I do love it, but it's time. Dr. Detroit, that's facts. Look, we have to. We're near a full-on rebuild. If you kind of look at what the trajectory of this team is, we tried with all these Patriot players, getting all these veteran guys in here, seeing if they can help out with Matt Patricia because they knew the system, and it didn't work. So it is what it is. So I think it's time to get a new GM and go youth here, make some draft, and go that route. That's the way it needs to be. Why do y'all think the Lions are done already? Otay, champ, they're not done already, but it's not looking good. Otay, the reason why is the Detroit Lions have a very vaunt and bad schedule at the end of the year. So they got to go against the Tennessee Titans, the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and against the Minnesota Vikings again. And that's a daunting schedule for what we've already seen for our franchise. Stafford is looking the worst that he has in a decade. He's not looking good. Come on, we're 3-5. We got 8 games. Let's not focus on the draft right now yet. Ha. Hey, I have to. That's my job. When you're making content every day, you got to think about the future as well, not just the here. So, because they don't beat a good team, don't go for picks yet. Ruben, he says, don't do it. Well, we can't do anything about it now. They're gonna have. We can't make trades anymore, so the trade deadline's over. So it is what the picks we got now, until the off season officially starts again, where you can trade. You can't really do anything right now. So what do you think the Lions go 8-8? Connor says that it's going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard going 8-8. I think it's going to be much less than that. Matt AP set us back 5 years. People are going to have to give this next regime some time. 100%. When we do get a new GM, when we get a new head coach, you're going to have to give it time because they have to get rid of some of the current roster as well as redraft. It's going to take a little bit of time. So kind of hoping the speed, if you look what the Miami Dolphins did, I say this every time now, they did a very quick turnaround because they had so much draft capital. So it just is there for us to do. Don Burr says, Mike, there's nothing to talk about. That's what we talk about, the NFL draft. Yes, we have Tampa. Mike, what would your 5 reasons behind Patricia and Quinn till the season's end? Because even if they win 5 more games, they're still gone. I have no reason for them to stay with this team any longer. If we lose Sunday, they should be fired. In my opinion, they should have been fired a long time ago, and there's no reason to hold on to these guys. But if you're the Fords, probably more than likely that they hold on to them. Folks, 37 in the building. We got 17 likes. If you don't know this, the big bosses of Chat Sports, they like to monitor what I'm doing, and they would like to see my like count go up today. So if you've not hit that like count, please hit that like button. This team needs to think of the future, draft a quarterback in the first and foremost. I'm with you, Joseph. I think that the Lions definitely need to draft a quarterback, in my opinion, and if we have a top 10 pick, I think you're going to notice my mock draft, that's where I'm going. I think that's where the franchise is going to go, because the new GM is going to want to get his own guy. Like, who do you think Earl will go when you think he's done? Not 100% sure what you're saying there. Let's see. What we ain't beating the Bucks, Titans, Packers, or possibly the Vikings, Texans. Maybe even Carolina. Carolina is going to have a good time beating us as well, I think. If we win our first game, we would be in great position. If we win the first, yeah, probably. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl? Oh, this is going to be a good one. So I think it could be the New Orleans Saints will go to the Super Bowl, maybe versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, or up there with the Kansas City Chiefs. So if the New Orleans Saints keep doing what they just did to Tampa Bay, New Orleans Saints have a really good shot. But there's a lot of good teams out there. You got the Steelers, you got the Kansas City Chiefs, and Tampa Bay. I still think that they have a chance to do some noise. And Tennessee Titans is a good running football team, and Buffalo Bills, they're really good as well. You will beat the Packers because you lost the first time. I don't know, man. How many times will we hear if we lose Sunday, I'm done talk? We're going to be hearing it every single Monday or Sunday night, sorry. You'll be hearing that every single Sunday night until he's gone. Hit that likes for Super Cool MicroMike, that's right. I want the Bills or Miami to be in the Super Bowl. Miami, that would be really cool. That'd be really cool. I think that'd be fun. Xbox just never makes changes. I'm an Xbox player. I'm probably going to get a PS5. Yep, PS5 is out. And have fun with that. Do you think that Stafford Phillip Rivers will have a better career? That's interesting. Man, that's a great question. Depends who. I think Stafford has more of a chance to win a Super Bowl if he gets traded to like the Colts or something like that. So maybe Stafford there. Let's see. Yeah, we've been fired. This is why I watch you. You speak with level head. Yeah, Julius. Hey, man, I'm not gonna blow smoke of people's 2 points of contact. That's not my job. Let's see. Saints are not making the Super Bowl. They always lose in the first round. That's true, but I tell you what, man. You got some bad luck sometimes when it comes to the playoffs. That is facts. Let's see. Heartbreaking losses. Yes. Who are you backup teams this year? Mine are the Bills and Dolphins. Yeah, the Bills, man. They're coming out of nowhere and killing it. The Bills could be a team as well. Yeah. I mean, Josh Allen and that offense with Stephon Diggs and that good defense. So no doubt about it. It's because your hands are small. Okay. The Bengals even are building it better than us. Yeah, well, they had a chance to get their franchise guy in Joe Burrow, and it kind of reminded me, like, when you start over it that way, kind of like the Detroit Lions did back in 2009, where you have a bright future. So it's just one of those things here. Let's see, do you know when our next late game, such as Thursday night game or Monday night football? We don't have one. Our next weird game will obviously be Thanksgiving. And I think that's really it. If we can't get a quarterback in the first round, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, or Wilson are gone, would you go a different quarterback maybe in the second or third or fourth round? Whew. Oh, man, if I can't get those first Four guys. I think I would just stick it out with Stafford unless someone fell into like the fourth or fifth round. I don't know, man. I'm always a guy that likes to get the quarterback early in the draft. I always like to get the franchise guy. I don't like, waiting, but you never know when a player falls. Tua's a younger brother, Tugavalia, or whatever. I think he's a sophomore. He could declare for the draft, so maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm a ton of the guy I like to get in the early. Who will our big kicker be next year if Prater is set to be a free agent? Maybe we draft a kicker in the late rounds. That's possible. And hopefully not Nate Freeze. It's serious lack of defense. That's a problem. Big time problem. Yep. First round quarterback, I'm with you. We could go against Tampa or Tennessee if both contenders for a playoff spot. It's going to be difficult. Those guys are going to do a good job, I think. Tennessee, they're a powerhouse. Prater has been hot garbage that has been out the sun. He got pooped on dog, and we're forced to eat it. Yeah, Prater's, I think this is his last year. The Lions could look to draft a young kicker, but heck, where did Jack Fox come from? Is undrafted out of nowhere. So maybe we do something like that. Who do you think goes to the NFC Championship? Ooh, that's a good question. I think that the New Orleans Saints could go to the championship round, and maybe the Seattle Seahawks. Or, yeah, I think that could be that or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they're in the same division, so one would have to get a wild card spot. But I would kind of think in that route. If the number one seed does not get a week off, Saints, Kansas City, Super Bowl, very possible right there. Sam Darnold is a good quarterback, and the Jets will get Lawrence. Yeah, Sam Darnold's injury, he's getting injured a lot, though. Let's see here. Zach Wilson. I like Zach Wilson. My mock draft's tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. I hope you guys are ready for it. What's going on, Marcus Willis? Hey, what's going on? Go Lions. Just dropped a super chat there. Man, huge thank you for dropping a super chat. Go Lions. Folks, I don't know if you know this, but Go Lions has been with my channel since day one. I think he was one of my top 10 first subscribers of all time. Go Lions has been there from the beginning. He's a member as well. Huge shout out to Go Lions. His baby is potty trained. Shout out to Go Lions. It says, hey, bro, working hard still. Matty P and BBQ, man, love already. Yeah, he is up on the bandwagon. He wants this thing to work out. And these guys do a good job. And we all want this team to do a good job. So much love to you, Go Lions. I appreciate it. No hate to Prater because he has been great to us. But, yeah, he's been great, but it's time to move on. You know what I'm saying? After this season. Hope we get a legit BA defensive tackle, defensive end, linebacker in the draft. There's some quality ones out there. Are our linebackers the worst part of our team? Yes. In my opinion, they, no doubt about it, are the worst part of our team. I think only starting linebacker for the team. Really, I think that's it. Oh, let me see here. My thing, new sub. Let me get this to go all the way up. So you get to see him again. Yeah, I think it's definitely the worst part of our team. We're going to have to completely revamp that spot. At least with the defensive line, there's some pieces there that you could still have. But this linebacking spot is god-awful. I'm done being the optimistic fan. We suck, nothing more at all. All we do is beat bad teams. 9-7 is not good enough. Well, 3-5 or 3-6 is definitely not good enough. I would take a second-round quarterback. That's Senator Stafford for a year or two. Learn something, but we have to keep them. That's a good quarterback. Develop young Brady Rodgers. Hey, if there's one that has potential for a high ceiling, I would think about it. I'm just always the guy that I like to get those quarterbacks early. That's just my opinion. And let's see, will Kerryon Johnson get more work next year behind? No, I don't think so. I think that Kerryon Johnson will not get more work next year. AP won't be coming back. That's a fact. One Pride Nation, he's a Lions YouTuber. Subscribe to his channel. I think he's got 233 subs. I just seen it today. I was expecting more out of Jared Davis. I wasn't. Jared Davis has just been a disappointment. I think this was a make or break year, and he's broken. Good point. We need new linebackers. Yes. Viewers, hit that like and thumbs up. Also, sub if you haven't done so. MicroMike is a wealth of NFL information. Hey, well, I appreciate you, Jorge, and I appreciate your team. And I'm kind of hoping that your team or we implement what your team kind of did there, we should get a new quarterback. Yeah, I think we should too. Would you think he would be better in his training camp highlights? What about Kyle Trask for Florida? You know, everyone's talking about Kyle Trask moving up, and it's very possible. I want to see a little bit more from his game. Could he be a guy that's like a Joe Burrow? It's very possible. It comes out of nowhere. And what sucks for him, at least for my evaluation, is I got to look at the little tape that I got. So I'll be looking at him a lot more. I looked at 2 quarterbacks this week in Trey Lance and Zach Wilson. Thank you for Noble Sports Entertainment for telling me to do so. Those are the 2 guys I really looked at, and so I think Trask will be the next guy to take a look at, and there's a couple more. Let's see. Linebacker and defense, absolutely. We're going to be 6-10. That's optimistic. Connor says Matt Prater is only good for the Falcons game. He's good throughout the years here, but he's been bad more. Carryon is a disappointment. I think Carryon needs AP snaps. Go Lions, you're 100% right. AP has really shown his age. Look, you guys know how hard I've been on Carryon Johnson. With that said, I'm more on Adrian Peterson. He's looked like his age. I'm glad some of you are spitting out the Kool-Aid. You realize someone paid in it. We need a bunch of players. Build the future. Yeah, look, I like look to the future of this team because there's not a whole lot else I can do. Let's see. Tavai has been the second round bust. Tavai has been nowhere. I was listening to Mike Valenti and he's throwing some Tavai stats and it was sad. It was sad. I say we maybe get a quarterback, sit him for a year or 2. Yeah, for sure. My prediction was going to happen if we'll beat the Washington, that everyone's going to go crazy and say we're good now, that we're going to lose to the Texans and Panthers. If anyone says that we're good because we beat the Washington football team, that is a misunderstanding. That would be an overreaction. I don't think that would be we're good at all. I think that we're just getting lucky at that point. My prediction, let's see, the schemes are too obvious to read. They are. And you know what's crazy is the schemes for the offense has become really too easy to understand. Bevel started a couple of years ago, and I didn't know what he's doing. Now it just seems like you know what they're doing. Can we please make AP our third round back? Yes, absolutely. Go Lions. Defense wins championship. Stephen Wright, you're 100% correct.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Top shelf. He says, go Lions and support my man MicroMike. Thank you so much for the super chat. You and Go Lions drop super chats, and it will go back into my channel. And I really appreciate it that you guys, take money out of your pocket to help support the channel. And I really appreciate it. And I'm saving up right now to expand on the technology that I got, and I can't do it without you guys. You guys are awesome. What you guys think about this? I think this team has talent. We're losing because of coaching. I think there is a lack of talent, but coaching is really hurting us as well. I think we're better than what we are, but we do have a lack of talent. I agree. Last game was honest. Should get a linebacker in the second. Yeah, we should. Or possibly in the first round. And my thing is if the Lions decided to trade Matthew Stafford, maybe you get a late first-round pick for him to the Indianapolis Colts, turn around and get a stud linebacker or a defensive end, something like that. Should root for losing? I don't know about root for losing. I think it's more the fact that the team's going to lose anyways. But rooting, it's hard to root for a team to lose. It is hard. We have some talent, but not as much as advertised. That's facts. Hey, what's going on, Jack McNeil? Welcome, man. I appreciate you and coming in here. You've been awesome supporting ISN, and you're a valued subscriber, so I appreciate it. So having 10 men on the field and the players, the Bevel, bad play call. Oh yeah, that was horrible. I'm 10. I am extremely upset about this 10 men on the field thing. The Dern says, I apologize. Do not apologize, Dern. Everyone, prayers for Dern, folks. Do hashtag Dern Strong. Hashtag Dern Strong. He's going through a struggle right now. And I don't want to talk about it on air, but it's important that we put our thoughts and prayers to Dern. Hashtag Dern Strong. And, hey, we love you, bro. We're here with you. And anything that you need from me, I'm here for you, man. Defense linebackers, D-line is trash. Yeah, it is. I'd love to get a better interior. defensive lineman, but Pennicini is getting better. So maybe they don't do that early in the draft. Maybe we can go in the third round. But I'd love to get a young defensive tackle in there. Lions should have a ran goal line touchdown. Have we no superstars on this team? We don't have. Yeah, we've lost superstars. We don't have a real superstar. You know, Frank Ragnow. We're talking about the offensive line. Okay, can you do a Martinez quarterback from Nebraska study? Go Lions. Can you put that in the comment section of this video, not the chat, in the comment section? And I will put that on my list. You know how I do that, Go Lions. If you don't know, I've done this before. Anytime someone wants to do a film study of a player, I just have them throw that in the comment section, and I put it on a list, and I'll do a film study. I've done it many times before. So if you guys want a film study of a certain player, doesn't matter if it's first-round pick, undrafted free agent, throw that in the comment section, and I will do it. And that's the way it is. Let's see. The only reason Patricia still has a job is because they can't find anybody dumb enough to take the position. I think they just need to fire this guy. Does the Cowboys pick up pass interference flag or still hurt? Yeah, it does, Jay. It's going to hurt me until we win a playoff game. You think Urban Meyer interested in the Lions job? You know, that I keep hearing about Urban Meyer, and I'm not 100% sure. You know, I know he had some physical issues, but maybe he took enough time off and he would love to take another stab at it regarding coaching. I think that would, if they could do something like that, I would like that. It just depends if he is healthy enough. You know what I'm saying? I say for the future right now, if it doesn't work, do something different, but get a quarterback, sit him for a couple years, and do defenses. Matt Patricia can get some coaches. Hashtag Durn Strong. I want a 35-year-old coach with his hair and new ideas. Oh, he's talking about Coombs. He wants Coombs to be the coach. Yeah, you know, might as well give him a shot. What? Like, why not? You know what's interesting is they're talking about Coombs as a young and up-and-coming coach for other NFL teams to eventually be a head coach, so why not give it a try? Durn Strong. Urban Meyer would never come here, ever. Who is Durn? Sorry, is that rude? Durn is a fellow ISN member. He does the One Pride podcast with me all the time. He's just going through a rough patch right now, so he's called the Durn right there. He's a really good guy. So Durn Strong, I'm worried about the wide receiver depth next season. Bryce, so am I. I mean, when you have one wide receiver signed for the next year, that's scary. I think they'll get a couple more. I think you'll see Marvin Hall get re-signed. I think they'll draft a player as well, maybe even two. And you go in there, and maybe they take one early in the draft, and maybe they take one again like in the third or fourth or fifth round. I think we'll have our receivers, and that's just the way that I see it. Let's see here. So, because I have studied some stuff, the games the Lions have lost, they have gotten less than 67 yards rushing, but the games they won is 90-plus rushing. Jack, you're 100% right. Every time the Detroit Lions get over 100 yards rushing, I think we're 9 for 10. The issue is we never get to that point. Is they don't commit to running the football, and it's crazy. Let's see. Wide receiver is a good round 2 choice. It is, and there's a lot of good. You know, last year's NFL draft had a lot of wide receivers. So does this year. So you're going to get quality wide receivers. Look at the last couple of years. DK Metcalf got him in the late. I think he was a second-round pick. I mean, you get Deebo Samuel, second-round pick. Last year's draft was filled with them. So you can always find receivers in a draft. You don't have to take one in the first round. I hope everyone is doing well. And that is my alarm clock for me to have to punch out because I am on lunch break when I do this. And then I punch out at 7 o'clock, so I work from home. Draft Waddle. There you go. Let's see. Hi, Durn. I hope you're all doing well. Just think how fun it will be again getting hyped with a new GM, head coach, and quarterback. So much to talk about. 50 years I've been waiting. Joseph Murdoch, you and all the older Lions fans, I really, you guys deserve to win football games. Truly do. It reminds me of my dad, and he's 70 years old, 73 years old. He deserves to win see a winning football team, and it sucks, man. It sucks, and I feel like I'm getting up there in age, too, because I've been waiting for a long time, but not as long as you. You all, the older fans, deserve it more than anybody else. Got bad news, but we'll get through it. Yeah, you will get through it, and prayers coming your way, man. Some fans had us going 10-6 before the season. Now we're 3-5. Yeah, I had the Lions going 9 wins this year, and I don't see that happening at this point. I think, man, I don't really want to give you my prediction because it'll make you feel bad, but I think 3 wins, 4 to 5 wins, and maybe it. Let's see here. Receivers are a dime a dozen. Yeah, absolutely. You're 100% right. You said 6-10, 7-9, and you were smart. Let's see. Imagine Swift running behind a true fullback. Yeah, for sure. If Nick Bawden would ever get out of being injured all the time, maybe he can have some help. But right now he's injured so much that it just is not the case. Knowing the Lions, they'll bring back Martin Mayhew for GM job. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But I think he actually is better than well, maybe he's not. He was a bad GM. Let's see, maybe a Nico Collins. Our team is starting to get more healthier. Yeah, but there's an issue here with that, Jay. Our number 1 guy is not healthy, and Kenny Golladay, and every time he's been out on the field, we have lost every single football game. So until he's healthy, we're in a world of hurt. But for today's no practice, TJ Hawkinson, he didn't practice today. Halapuludi Vati Vaitai was a limited, Nick Williams limited, Jared Davis limited. So TJ didn't practice, and it's undisclosed injury. And obviously Kenny Golladay is not going to be going. And of course Trey Flowers is on IR. I think Stafford always had adversity. This is his time to shine. Embrace it. He's always had adversity. That's facts. Folks, I see we got 45 in the chat with 33 thumbs up. Again, the leadership of Chat Sports is monitoring me hardcore, and they would like for my like to get up there. So if we can hit 50 at least today, that would be fantastic for this live stream. Let's see. The next 4 games are winnable for the Lions. Obviously, Washington, Panthers, Texans, and Bears, who the Lions should have won against Week 1. We should have won against Week 1. But, I don't have us winning the next 2 games. I don't. I think we could win on Sunday. I think that's the most winnable game we got. I think when it comes to the Panthers, I think they're going to beat us. Texans, it's another winnable game. 48 years of frustration. Gates, that sucks for you. Do you guys remember when before the season we're talking about our offense being a top 10? Yeah, that was way off. They're not even close. Darrell Bevell has regressed. And Marvin Jones Jr. is not separating. And obviously the injury to Kenny Golladay. Mike, is there a Lions coach next year who you'd keep build around both O and D? A Lions coach? Well, that'd be Coons. He's done great in special teams, and I think that if he can stay with the Detroit Lions, that'd be great. The Lions wide receivers coach has been good. I think even the offensive line coach is done well. Obviously, we've had some issues as of late, but I think so. The name needs to get checked. You're about right. I hope we at least TJ Hawkinson Sunday. Yeah, if we don't have TJ Hawkinson, we're in a world of hurt. What's going on, TA Noble Sports? Yeah, huge shout out to TA. Folks, I don't know if you know this, but Gridiron and TA and Noble Sports hit 10K. 10 freaking K. Huge shout out to these guys. I'm so happy and proud for them. Working extremely hard to hit 10,000 subscribers. That's absolutely amazing. A huge shout out to those guys. I thought we were going to be 10-6 if we didn't choke against the Bears. That's 4-4. And didn't lose to the Saints. That's 14. That would be 5-2. Yeah, we probably should be 4-4. We should have won that game. And that's just the bottom line. Let's see. Got to keep Hawk, Swift, and Golladay. Our defense, and Okudah is the only safe player to do going around 3. Yeah, I think we have some young pieces that are going to help out. And folks, too, we don't got the worst offensive line in the world. I know we've had a bad 2 games, but I still think the offensive line is not too bad. I mean, obviously you can upgrade it, but we've had some injuries there. And I think the offensive line is something to hang your hat on. Let's see. Not winning Sunday. Washington defense is for real. Yeah, if you don't know this, Chase Young, 5 sacks. Montez Sweat, 5 sacks. Bostic, 5 sacks. That's 15 sacks from 3 people to get after the quarterback. And Alex Smith is having his first start since 2018. The Gridiron guy said that 7 was totally disappointment for us in the preseason. He's spot on. I see a complete turnover, 10-6. If you see EG, tell him we played Sunday. That's facts. I'm getting ready for impact. KG won't be in the Lions next year. Right now, he is a trade value. New staff need picks. If you could trade him, the issue is I think you'd have to franchise tag him, and I'm not 100% sure that people would trade for that. Yeah, we should have won against Chicago, but honestly, we should have lost against Atlanta. That's true. We could be 2-win football team. Those Seahawks and Cowboys calls were horrible. They would probably had won those games. That's true. If you are a coach, what players do you keep and build around? Great question, Jorge. First off, I'm going to build around the offensive line, and I continue to always build around the offensive line. I may still want to draft another guard. They still haven't played Stenberg. I'd like to see Stenberg out there, but I want to see if he's something that we could potentially use. They haven't used him, though. But I would build on the young players, the offensive line. They're generally all young. Maybe draft a right guard and get removed Halapoulivaati Vita. You got DeAndre Swift. I like TJ Hawkinson. I think those are two young guys. Quintez Cephas, I like. I think he's another guy. Amani Awardier, Jeff Okuda, those guys I really, really like. And Penasini in the middle. I think you build around those guys. And Tracy, I don't know, Tracy Walker took a big step back. I want to see a new coaching staff, but he did take a step back. Kendall Fuller has 4 picks, that's right. Peyton Manning for GM. Man, I like Peyton Manning as a quarterback coach. I wish we could have Chase Young in the draft. So do I. I wish we had Chase Young, too. I wish we had Justin Herbert as well. Swift next, Christian McCaffrey. He could be. We just got to be able to utilize him. We need to chase this year. That's facts. Lions must win. They need to win. Yeah, if they don't win, it's completely over, guys. And that's the facts. The problem is Vati getting much money. Yeah, Vati is a bust. He's a free agent bust. We can let him go after next year. And that, in my opinion. What do you think of the 3-4 defense? I don't like the 3-4 defense at all. DMH. I like the 4-3 defense, and I think that they should give. I want to see Hand for another year. I haven't seen a whole lot of them this year. I want some of the younger players on defense. I want to see with the new defensive coordinator and new defensive mind and see if it was more of the scheme. Because to me it just feels like this defense is playing a lot worse than it should be. I think it's better than what it is when it comes to player. But I like the 4-3 much better. I would still give Hand, obviously, another year to see what he can do with another defensive guy. Guru helping this team out. I agree, MicroMike, on the keep, all the way thing forward. Build on defense. Need linebacker. We got to completely revamp the linebacker spot. I mean, if I'm in this draft, I may draft 2 linebackers back-to-back like we did guards. I may take, if we traded away a Kenny Golladay, got a first-round pick, or Matthew Stafford for a late first-round pick, I may take a late first-round pick on a linebacker in the second round. I may take another linebacker. I mean, our linebacking core is bad. It really is. Maybe go quarterback 1, linebacker 2, linebacker 3, take a wide receiver, third, and a defensive interior or a defensive end third, something like that. Detroit should get Jaru Campbell. Let's see. Harris needs to be traded for literally anything. Harris is just a bum. No one's going to trade for that guy. Not at all. Hand is meh. Yeah, that's why he is being meh, but I just want to see if it's the defensive-minded, if it's Patricia, if it's Unlin. Need studs at linebacker, absolutely. We're in a world of hurt linebacker position. It's the worst position of the year. They may have to go to free agency and pick up a linebacker as well. I mean, you have to completely revamp this thing. I would keep Collins, obviously, even when we get a new coach. I think he can be still used. He's not the best, but I think that they got to completely revamp this thing. And I'm talking about Tavai, Jared Davis, Christian Jones, cut. Like, I would have no problem with that. Sorry, philosophy, a positive mental attitude. Thanks for coaching needs to start. If we fire Quinn, the new GM will have some bad contracts in his hands. Flowers, yes, it's gonna be a lot of bad contracts in the new GM. He's got to revamp this whole defense. All these Patriot players. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. So that's what the draft is for. They're gonna have in my draft. I'm wanting them. The only offensive players I want to see is quarterback and wide receiver, possibly offensive lineman. Other than that, I want to see nothing but the defense. That's facts. MicroMike, do you think they will give Campbell a shot? He won't. He won the Heisman of the D2 college and he's from Detroit. I don't know. I have no idea about that. In all honesty, I'd have to. We don't have that many options here, so maybe they do. We shall see. It's depending on who the new GM is. Um, Mika Parsons and Jabril Cox for linebackers. Parsons is a monster. He is. Kyle Van Noy, Christian Wilkins, Matt Cole all tested positive for the pandemic for the Dolphins. That sucks. Blake Cashman, do you think our playoff hopes are over and done with? Craig Peoples, in my humble opinion, and it's just my opinion, I'm just one guy, I do believe the playoff hopes is dead, done, and over with. And if you look at, there's a lot of bad NFC teams, but then there's a lot of bunch of NFC teams with 5 wins or more record, and they all are hugged in through 1 through 7, so I think it is. I think Big V is just fine. Everyone forgets he has foot injury. That's true, he does, but he's got to show himself. Do you think we should get Earl Thomas to help during Harmon because he'd be great safety? No, I think it's just time at this point. We need to go ahead and start the younger guys, see what we got for the next 8 games, and I'd keep. I already know what we got from. I already know what we got from Harris. He's a dumpster fire. But the rest of the people on the team, I'd like to see what they got in there. Maybe try, Killebrew in there, something. But we're having issues. I don't want to pick up another guy. What's going on, Kofi? Welcome. It's Tavai's second year. You feel strongly about him? I do not feel good about him. He's not doing anything. But, again, like I said, I want to see if we get a new defensive guy in here. Maybe he can put him in a better spot. But right now, he is looking like a bust. He really is. He's nowhere near the football, and I don't understand it. Let's see. Mike, you're the Lions GM with the number 3 pick. Who should you trade for, Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields? Who would I trade up for? I don't think there's a shot in anything that we're going to get Trevor Lawrence. You'd have to give up 3 first-round picks probably just to go up there and get him. I'm going to stay. I'm not going to trade up. I would actually take, if I'm sitting at number 3 and those 2 are gone, I'd maybe look at Trey Lance at the 3rd pick in the draft and or Zach Wilson. I think I'd just do that. Folks, we got 60 in the chat with 42 thumbs up. Let's get to 50. That would be fan-freaking-tastic. You spell it will be a bust for 2nd-round pick. Yeah, he is looking like a bust. I don't think we need to bring nobody else in. Let's just get 2 guys out of here. Okay. Move up and start quarterback for a future. If they would allow, if the Jets or whoever's the first pick in the draft is, we're not going to take Trevor Lawrence. We're not going to take Trevor Lawrence, and you give up 3 first-round picks to get him, I would do it, man. I'd trade Stafford for a first-round pick, so that'd be 2 first-round picks, and then turn around and give up the 2022 first-round pick to get Trevor Lawrence. The dude's a beast. He's a monster, man, but there is no way they're going to do that. I think the Jets fans would riot if they don't take him. My Bears have been sucking lately. Man, I know. I seen that. They're definitely having some issues as of late. I think your coach is going to get fired. I think that your coach is going to get fired. I think your offensive line needs to get rebuilt. I have an NFL mock draft, Kofi, coming up tomorrow morning, so check it out, and I help you guys out with an offensive lineman. Swift runs like Emmitt Smith. He runs very well. They just need to give him time to run. Besides hiring Patricia and Bob Quinn, biggest mistake in terms of free agency signing draft picks. Oh, wow. For the NFL draft, I think Tease Tabor was a giant mistake. A lot of people say that taking Jared Davis was a mistake, but if you look at the linebackers, he's actually lasted the longest. I think we obviously could have gone to J.J. Watt's brother, T.J. Watt. But in mistakes, I think Tease Tabor was a big mistake. Kerryon Johnson was a big mistake. I think signing Halapoulivaati Vaitai was a mistake. I think Trey Flowers, I think it's a bad contract. I wouldn't consider it a mistake, though. It's a bad contract, but those would be my mistakes. Let's see. Win enough games to mess up the draft position. Yeah, that's facts, man. If you're looking for the draft and you're a person that's looking for the draft, you don't want to win any more games because there's a ton of teams with 2 wins and 3 wins. So if you win, you could go all the way to like 16. But if you lose, you can go all the way up to 7 this week. So Matt Nagy needs to go. Yeah, I seen that, man. And Matt Nagy is not playing. Your defense is so good. You guys just need to get a quarterback. If you guys get a quarterback, your team will be good. But I think I don't know about your wide receiver. I think he's going to leave Chicago after the season. If the Lions owners wasn't so cheap, that will solve half the problem. Spend more. Loot. Let's spend that loot. Who do you guys think we should get as head coach? I like Eric Bieniemy. I've been stomping on the ground for Eric Bieniemy for a while. I like, and it's not just the play on the field. I was watching him coach, and the guy is fiery as can be, and I love fiery coaches. I like that Jim Schwartz fiery type of coach that gets up in people's faces. I'm that type of guy. I don't like people just standing there looking dumb. Who do you think? Our next Lions coach, Nick Sirianni, offensive coordinator? I haven't seen that one, Don Burr. I have to check him out. You got to watch Dr. Phil. He really is good breaking down Bears videos. Really, I got to check that out. The Ford family brought the Lions for $6 million in the '60s, and now the team's worth $2 billion, and they're never getting rid of this team. Yeah, they're not good. I don't think they will. I don't even know why y'all fired Caldwell. He was a good coach because 9-7 wasn't good enough, but apparently 3-12-1, 3-5, and 6-10 is. Yeah, the contract's bad. I saw something in Vikings games. I love Stafford, but I do think Stafford's going through his reads. I think Stafford he's got some issues, folks, right now, and I think it's time to move on. I think he needs to go to a better football team, a team like the Indianapolis Colts. That's going to be my bold prediction for the offseason. He gets traded to Indianapolis for a first-round pick. We need offensive linemen. Foles is good. Yeah, you do. I think you guys still need to draft a quarterback. Maybe second round. I would love the Lions to be a run and shoot and run and gun team. Let Stafford loose. Let him loose, man. Let him loose. Foles has lost confidence. Yeah, I think what you guys need to do for the Chicago Bears standpoint is draft a quarterback in the second round. I think there'll be a couple guys there. Release Trubisky and make Foles your starter as your stopgap, so eventually that your second round quarterback can turn around and make a good play there and eventually take over the reins. We lose out with Josh Allen to the Jags, Chase Young by winning. Man, I wish we had Josh Allen. Josh Allen was a beast. That's the guy who I wanted last year's draft. Chase Young's is a freak of nature. Imagine having Josh Allen and Chase Young on their defensive line right now. Good God. Wink Martindale for head coach, Rex Ryan for defensive coordinator. I wouldn't mind Rex Ryan's defensive coordinator. You guys maybe remember him as the Jets and the Bills, but if you remember him when he was a coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, he was a beast, man. Bring back Morningwig. Oh, yo. Jason, you got me scared there. Stafford is good next year for sure. He needs a better home. Yeah, he is gone, I think. I think we could trade him to Washington. Possible you could trade him to Washington. It's possible. I mean, Ron Rivera may look for a veteran quarterback. They do got a good defense, guys. So I think if they decide to go a veteran quarterback right there, that you could get a first-round pick. But they're going to have a high first-round pick. I don't think they would trade that high first-round pick for Stafford. I think they would take a Trey Lance at that point. Because right now, they're the fifth pick in the draft currently. And I think they're going to be top 5. They could be top 5 for sure. Unless the Detroit Lions lose to them, then we will go ahead of them, and then that's possible. Stafford won't do well behind our O-line. He's not going to do well behind any bad O-line at this point. He's just not that quarterback right now. Stafford truly calls Detroit his home. I see a playoff run. You got to win football games. Telling y'all the Colts, Nick Sirianni is a coach that is about to get long looks at as head coach. I want to take a look at him. You put me on his radar, and I haven't even thought about him. What if Rodgers went to the Bears? That would be hilarious. Never see it happening unless they released him or traded him to an AFC team. But there's no way they're going to trade him to the Chicago Bears. If we lost to Washington, do you think the coach is done? I hope so, Greg. That's my prediction. If we lose to Washington, they're done. How can you at that point allow these guys to go on? I think they're done for sure, and there's no way to come out of that. That's the easiest game left on the schedule. You should be beating them, but you're not. 73 in the chat. Let's get 50 thumbs up, folks. Let's get to 5-0. As you know, Chat Sports, they're monitoring my good old stuff here, and they want to make sure that I get these likes up. So if you can do that, that would be great. How are first-round pick doing this year? Look, Okuda's taken a lot of heat, folks, but he's done a lot better in the last 3-4 games. He'll get better, and that's facts. So he's not a bust. Anyone that says he's a bust, I completely disagree. If you look at Darius Slay, he was bad the first 3 years. Just get him some time. He will get better like Amani Warrior is getting better. Amani Warrior is a sophomore right now at the cornerback position. He will get better. Make no mistake about it. I think Stafford has problems at home. Hey, he's got a lot of injuries to his kids and his wife with the tumor. Got a lot of that stuff going on. Hire MicroMike as GM or head coach. Man, Ruben, I'll take it, man. I'll do it for my same pay that I'm working here at my home job, and I think I'll do a better job. I'll take the GM over coach because I think you need to do player acquisition. It's how you build a football team, and I've been pretty good in the draft, so it don't take a whole lot. It's possible we lose to Washington. We did last year. Yeah, we did, and a lot of people don't know that. Sub, kids, sub. Let's get Micro to 7.5. I'd love it. Right now I'm at 7,100, and it's actually 94. So if you ain't subscribed, I'd love to see that go to 7,200. That'd be cool to see it flip right live on air. Mike, Dion King, Motor City Sports Talk should run our team. Okay, hey, let's do it. Okuda still has not given up a touchdown yet. No one better. Tell me Henderson is better. Okuda is a very good. He's going to be a good cornerback. Just give the young man some time, and he's on a really bad defense. You got to understand that too. It's not just him. This whole defense is bad. He a bust for a position we take, and for the long term, he'll be okay. Oh, I see what you're saying now. That makes sense. If you're wanting an immediate impact, I've been saying that since we take Okuda, he would never be an immediate impact. But you're right with the long term, 100% right. I want Austin Powers for head coach. Hey, that would be funny. That'd be funny. Stafford needs to stop throwing dip-offs. Perk, man, he's having issues throwing those. He's having issues. It's like his arm strength is not like it used to be, where he used to zip it. And I feel like he needs to get back to that zip. And I think that's I don't know why it's being like that, but it is like that. Let's see. We will obliterate Washington. I hope so. Stafford about to get sacked 20 times in this game. Yeah, he's going to get hit a lot, folks. This team sacks the quarterback. 15 sacks through 3 players. They are going to get after and rush him like crazy, so he needs to get rid of that ball quick. No stay in the pocket. I want 3-second throws. If they're going to throw the football, they need to do 3-second throws. Let's see. Like and sub. Road to 8K. Yes. Can't wait to get to 8,000 subscribers, man. I want to be one of the big dogs here of Detroit sports, and getting to 8K will be nice. So I'm trying to get there. Hopefully, I'm trying to get to 8,000 subscribers within 3 weeks. I think I can get to 8K in 3 weeks, and that's kind of what I'm going for here. We got to win against the Vikings and kiss the season goodbye. We already lost to the Vikings. So if you're talking about next, if we don't win this next game, kiss the season goodbye. All the picks are flat-footed. You want to say hi to the people, Rye?
I want your phone.
Well, you gotta say, come over here, say hi quick. Say, hey, there you go. Kid wants my phone. Ray Lewis for coach. He would be making this team do good end zone dancings. I'm afraid Dalvin Cook is gonna run all over our defense. He already did. And oh, you're talking about you. Sorry. Oh my God, I didn't know. Yeah, you're talking about the Bears. Yeah, he's gonna run all over your defense. Yeah, if you guys lose to the Minnesota Vikings, you're in a world of hurt. Stafford is hurt. He was bending over a few games. Yeah, he keeps getting knocked down and keep getting beat up, man. It's not good. Good luck, Mike. Hope you get there. I appreciate it. I hope I do too. And Connor says hi. What's going on? I'm 2 away from 50 likes, folks. 2 away from 50 likes. So if you've not smashed that like button, let's get to 5-0 time now. That would be fantastic, and I would love it. Any more questions? Throw the questions in there. You want to talk draft? You want to talk Washington? What I'm looking for is the offensive line to protect Matthew Stafford. They are getting after the quarterback, and that is facts. When it comes to the injury report of the Washington football team, you got they're fairly healthy, folks. They're fairly healthy. You got Thomas, their linebacker. Davis is no practice. And you got Christian Sr. no practice. Other than that, there's limited or full practice. And they are coming in this game very healthy. Have fun and great about have fun or get serious about winning like Charlie Sheen? Absolutely. Hey, you got to have fun. Even when this team is not doing good, you just got to laugh it off. And that's the bottom line. How do you think Taylor Decker has been? Fantastic, Tactile, Puma. Great question. I think he's done very good. Absolutely very good. And Decker's earned his money. He's doing a good job on the left side. I'm happy. He's doing better than last year. It seems like he's almost back to his rookie form before he got injured, so I'm happy for him that he could possibly do well. I mean, he's had, I think, one penalty. That's it. And given the circumstances, he's done good. I think it's been more with the interior and specifically Halapalooty Vati Vaitai. These teams, our schedule is not hard to beat. They got to win, Perk. If they can't win versus Washington and you can't beat the Texans, you're in a world of hurt. How do you expect to beat the Titans, Packers, Vikings, and Tampa Bay if you can't beat the Washington football team? That would be ridiculous. What do you think about the Washington folding to changing their name? It is what it is. They were getting pressure. I want to see what their real name's gonna be. I mean, they could do Red Wolves. There's other names they can go. I think the generic name is stupid. I really think it's ridiculous that they couldn't come up with a name yet. But if they come up with a better name, hats off to them. Other than that, I think it's ridiculously stupid that they left it Washington football team. I mean, it's just you can come up with better than that. I'm heated because we have so much talent, and this is the year we had our best chance. Yeah, we put all our chips in the center there, and we struck out. Would you rather beat Washington or lose to Washington or get Patricia out of here? Patricia out of here. I don't want this dude here anymore. And I'm fed up with his lame excuses. I'm fed up with 10 men on the field. I'm fed up with the mediocre play. I'm fed up with bad defense. I want him out of here, man. I want him out of here. Either way, even if we win, his job's not safe. I mean, he'll probably be safe till the end of the year, but it's not safe until Black Monday. This game's the only game left that we should win. Darren Mann, Washington football team. Yeah, stupid name. Washington Bulldogs. You could do something like that. That'd be cool. I still can't believe we gave Big V $50 million to be worse than Rick Wagner. Tactile. That is his quote-unquote contract, but it's actually we can get rid of him after next year. So I think he will be out of here after next year. He's actually been playing guard because Terrell Crosby's better at right tackle. So we paying $50 million for a guard. We could have just kept the guard that left here and signed with the Denver Broncos at that case. I think the Lions should get Golden Tate back. I think he misses Detroit. Hey, if they end up releasing him and for a veteran, put him where Danny Amendola would be, why not? I wouldn't mind that, with him being the Danny Amendola guy for next year. Let's see, Envision Griffin. He does need protection. And Version Griffin. Oh, okay, I see you. I feel the Ford family really made a mistake by pressuring Patricia to win with the team that is not ready to go all in. But the silver lining is Patricia will be gone. That's facts. He's going to be gone. There's no way to keep his job now. He would have to win a playoff game to keep his job. Every team has injuries. It's how you let your younger players fill in there and be professionals. They're stepping 100%, Michael Brands. I.e. the Pittsburgh Steelers last year, they had so many injuries that went 8-8. They made no excuses for their injuries, and I'm not going to make excuses for them. Did Matt Patricia have a sexual assault accusation back when he was in college? But it was just an accusation. There was no actual proof. It was dropped. It's hard to know if it actually happened. I don't know. I always believe in the presumptive of innocence until proven guilty. I'm that type of guy. He make the playoffs, he stays. That bad part. I feel the same way about Pace and Nagy. Want these two clowns out, tell Ted Phillips. Yeah, they need to go. They need to go. Their drafting has been pitiful. And Golden Tate was one of my favorite players too as well. Ted Phillips is a freaking account. He runs our team. Mike, How many screens do you have? I have 2 computers set up with 4 screens, and I have my TV set up, so a total of 5. But I am going to be purchasing another screen to make a total of 6 screens. So I have 6 screens. I just added an addition. I need another 1.5 feet to place more monitors there, and I want to get an upgrade for a system to bring in quality noises like the Gridiron Blitz and Travis Troxel Sports from Troxel Sports Talk. So that's kind of what I got going on here. So who do you think we're better than? Do you think we are better than Washington? Healthy, yes, I think we are better than Washington, but without Kenny Golladay, we're not, in my opinion. Our defense is good, and our offense is, until we can win a football game without Kenny Golladay, I'm going to continue to say we're going to lose until we get a wide receiver that can be a Kenny Golladay-ish, because right now we're having a world hurt. Do you think they should sign Dan Quinn, defensive coordinator? It depends, Bull, who the offensive coordinator is and the head coach is. I wouldn't mind him as a defensive coordinator, but it all depends who the GM is and the head coach. You want to go there first, but I think that wouldn't be too bad to make him a defensive coordinator. Last 2 games are easy, so after these games, we got to step up. If they don't win these 2 games, we are done. I think the Ford family realizes the Patriot way is the wrong way. I think the fan base as well. Patriot way. We just need the Lions way. And right now, this stuff is just not working. How do you deal with all these losing? Do you root for other teams? Greg Peoples. Oh, man. How do I deal with it? Well, I think apathy kind of comes in a little bit. But I tend to think of the future. So NFL draft. I play fantasy football, so I root for my fantasy football teams. I got 2 leagues, and so I do that there. And I like football in general. I'm a football fan. I'm a fan of the game. So either way, regardless how my team is doing, I'm enjoying the season. Let's see. Let's get subs. Let's get MicroMike to money to upgrade. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Well, if you want to become a member of my channel, you hit that join button. And it's fun. You got Michael Brands, who's a member as well. Dr. Detroit's a member to it. Do you think the Lions should trade Davis for Blake Cashman? What Davis? Are you talking about Jared Davis? I think he's not going to get re-signed. He's on the last year of his deal. Any news on Kenny Golladay? Bolt, he did not practice. He's going to be probably a no-go. I think the Ford family are really, really good people. The winner, they have to come close. They have to continue. They have to put people in charge that want to win. That's the case here. They got to do that. The Lions are good. Damn, I wish, Jerry. I wish they would just be better than what they are. Live feeds are the way. Subs and likes. Instant responses help dramatically. Okay. There you go. You can click that thing there. And that hyperlink is to become a member if you want to do so. The Fords actually drive Jeeps in the snow. That's true. Can you tell some players on your fantasy football league? Yes, some of my players. I actually just traded for Josh Allen for the quarterback, so I'm excited about that. I got Amari Cooper for my wide receiver. I just traded for Travis Fulgham is a wide receiver. I got some good running backs there. A lot of injury. I had Saquon Barkley injured. I got Nick Chubb. I think he's coming back from IR. And I got the Chicago Bears defense and Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. That Tampa Bay, they hurt me. That was a world of hurt. But I've had a lot of injuries to my team, and so kind of going in and out there. Do you think Pittsburgh can go undefeated? No, I don't believe they're going to go undefeated. That's extremely difficult. They almost lost to the Cowboys. Every team has a bad game here and there, so I think they'll probably go like 14-2. Especially with there's only one. Well, if they're up there, then they'll probably have a first round bye, so they won't need to rest players. But they may rest some players the second half of a game of the last game if they're up there. It's 21. Let's create our way. The D-Town time to kick. Time to make a difference. Time to become a complete like 1957. Compete. Davis and Tavai sucks. They do. If Quinn gets fired, do you think the new GM will make a push to re-sign Golladay? I hope so, Tactile. That's my hope there, I hope. The new GM will make an effort to sign Kenny Golladay, depending on what his contract dictates. Now, if he's wanting some, a top 5 money, I think that's not a good idea at that point. But if we can get him at a good price, I think that would be at least attempted to try so. But we're in a world of hurt because of that. Mike, are you from the city? Jay, no, I live in Holland, Michigan. So I live 2 hours and 15 minutes from Detroit. I live by Lake Michigan. That is where I reside. Good old Lake Michigan. So if you live on West Michigan, I am by you. Will not at all. Fins up. That's right, because you play him. Mike is from the country of Detroit, bro. Detroit is huge. That's right. I love Golladay, but I think he is jaded towards Detroit now. Very well. He could be jaded towards Detroit, Michael, and I would not be shy. I think he is as well, but maybe a new GM could fix that, but I'm with you. I think he has got some salt in him, and he has a right to be a little bit salty, and I concur with that sentiment there. I live in Hawaii, Samoa. You are one lucky guy. I would love to live in Hawaii. Man, that would be my dream scenario, is to live in Hawaii. I love the heat. I love the beach. I love the sun. Mike's is from Mars. His brain works at Zoom speed. That is correct. You know, I think it takes approximately 15 minutes to get a transmission from Mars to Earth. So I'm doing it faster than the speed of sound. I live in Hawaii, or speed of light. Actually, Mike is, yeah, that's right. 7,190 subscribers. If you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 8K. And then soon 10K, and then help out my guys there. I love Kauai. Yeah, I think I may have destroyed that there. I live in Chicago and near Lake Michigan. Okay, so you live on the other side. All right, I go to Chicago quite a bit. Been there multiple times. It's just a 3-hour drive. You should do a live with Dose of Dion Connor. I've done it multiple times with him, and if he ever asks, I generally do it. Let's see here. I'm only Lions fan here in Hawaii. That man, yeah, I'm sure you are the only Lions fan over there. I am sure you are the only Lions fan there. Not a whole lot. I'm from Oregon, so there's not a whole lot of Lions fans when I lived in Oregon, as much as it is here. I was born in Detroit, raised in GR, live in Green Bay. Okay, move, John. All right, I've been to Green Bay, and raised in GR. Honolulu Blue, let's go, Honolulu Blue. Honolulu Blue in the Honolulu Blue. We need a new kicker. Any ideas? The NFL draft, maybe a 7th round kicker. I have to look at if there's anyone even eligible to draft, or maybe a rookie free agent that doesn't get drafted. I think that'd be the way to go. I'm not sure if we even have a 7th round draft pick, but I'm sure we will eventually. We're going to get some draft picks here, and so maybe a 7th rounder on something like that. It's kind of cold in Chicago. Yeah, it's kind of cold here in Detroit, too. Or in Michigan, not Detroit. I'm sure it's the same in Detroit. Lots of Lions fans in Miami. Let's go to Miami, man. Love Florida. Love the heat. God, I wish I can live there, man. I really love the heat. When I was in Iraq, I digged the heat, and I loved it. And when it came back to Michigan, I liked being in Michigan, but I didn't like the cold. Lots of retirees. Man, I'm going to be one of them. I'd like to purchase a second home. I was talking to my wife. I'd like to purchase a second home, maybe in a Hawaii, maybe in a Texas, maybe in Nevada or something like that, Arizona, somewhere where it's warm, and maybe just go to the south for 3-4 months and be a snowbird. Let's see, it's 80 degrees here all year. Oh, man, that's nice. That's beautiful. Mr. 07 Freedom says, same old Lions. Same old Lions, and it's going to be like that as well. Lake effect. I get the lake effect here big time here in Holland, man. We get nailed. Miami was awesome. Sandwich Deli. All right, with the Jewish there. Off Collins. I would love to go to Miami. Yeah, we try to go to Florida or somewhere else every year. Last year, went to the Bahamas. Went to Haiti, the Bahamas, and Mexico. Year before that, Florida. Kind of just mix it up. Go to the heat. I like to get out of this cold, man, for a couple weeks. Do you get my message yesterday about thinking of your service? I did, Jorge, and I really appreciate it, man. And God bless you so much for saying that. And to all the veterans out there, I know it's not Veterans Day anymore. Wasn't live yesterday, but happy Veterans Day, and God bless you for serving your country and your members as well, family members that did that. So Yes, absolutely. I really appreciate it. I was also in the military as well, Mike. Well, Kofi, thank you so much for serving your country. And God bless you, man. God bless you. And, you know, what you've done and what others have done is more important than anything. You know, taking the time and serving your country is hard to do. So let's see. Maybe we can get Andy Isabella, possible. Happy late Veterans Day. You to you as well, Kofi. Let's see. West Coast Steve-O moved my whole family to Southern California in 26. Tough to find Lions fans. Oh, man, I can imagine over there. And yeah, but I used to live in the West Coast. So I like the West Coast, so I can imagine there's not a ton of fans there. Come to New Mexico during the summer. Ooh, cinnamon. I like that as well. New Mexico. Nice and heat. Throw that in the mix there. Yeah, I'm trying to convince my wife. I'm talking to her nearly every day about this. You know, put up some money. I wouldn't mind buying a condo or something like that and stay there for a couple months in the wintertime. Mike is a vet, so kiss the man for our freedom, please. Oh, no need no kisses. I don't want to get no sickness. I got the kissing disease when I was 16 years old, man. I don't want to get that again, but I appreciate it. Still seething about Chase Young. I know. I wish we had him. As long as the Ford family owns this team, I'll remain a ho-ho team. It's been 63 years cash, and I wish we win for people like you. Been a fan for so freaking long, man. God bless you too, Mike. It wasn't easy being in the military. Nope. I've had 5 surgeries. Because of the Army, I've had double neck surgery. I've had 2 shoulder surgeries, foot surgery, and interior surgery. And with all those surgeries, though, and the issues I got, they do take care of you when it comes to VA disability and as well as the medical. So it ain't easy. Yeah, I got mono too, man. I got that when I was 16. Matt Stafford, God bless the guy. New England will end up there and will win a Super Bowl in good, talented waste away in Detroit. Yeah, I want him to win a Super Bowl. If he gets traded, I will be rooting for Stafford wherever he goes, unless he goes to, an NFC teams that beat us. But if he goes to the AFC, I'll be rooting for him. Let's see. I remember doing field training all month, and we had hygiene using baby wipes. Oh, man. Yep. I remember doing that. I went to Texas it was 2.5 months before I went to Iraq. We had to train in Texas, and we were in the field the whole time. And then the FTX and everything. Yep, washing with rags, nasty, eating MREs. It's Veterans Day every day. Think about it. God bless our freedom. Well, thank you, Stephen Wright. I remember doing field training all month, and we had yes. It gets so cold out, man. I'd take the heaters in the MREs. I remember it was like 33 degrees, and I'm out in the sticks, and it was so cold. I took the heater that heats up the food for an MRE, and I put some water in it, and I put it in my coat, and I put a couple of them in there to warm up. That's what I'd do. It gets so freaking cold being out there. I don't want to kiss Sam Darnold. Right? No, yeah, that's right. He got that too. That's funny. I totally forgot about that guy. Folks, I've been on for nearly an hour and 15 minutes, and generally I do this for an hour and 15 minutes. The guys of the Gridiron Blitz and Travis Troxel Sports Talk are actually going to do the live watch party for the game tonight. So, while I close this bad boy out, make sure to go over there and hang out with these guys. I'll be there talking and listening to the game. What I generally do is I mute my TV and I put their game audio on, and I have fun listening to the game. So, thank you so much, Connor. I appreciate it. Dr. Detroit, I appreciate everyone stopping in, again, taking their time out of their day to listen to me talk football. And you guys are the best. Again, on Sunday morning, I'll be doing Detroit Lions versus the Washington football team live watch party. Hope everyone's there. On Saturday morning, generally I do the Q&A, but since everyone's been on here, maybe I'll do a different video. And tomorrow I have an awesome video. It's the mock draft out. I spent a lot of time on it. And guess what? It's not Detroit Lions. It's a mock draft for all NFL teams. I took the time. And so hopefully you guys go ahead and view that tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. and enjoy it. With that said, folks, I appreciate everybody's